Deadwood, the movie, is directed by Daniel Minahan and written by David Milch, and it stars pretty much everyone who was in the Deadwood show. And this is a movie that was a long time in the running, because this film was supposed to come out for forever. And the Deadwood TV show, in case you don't know, it aired back in 2003, 2004, it lasted for 3 critically acclaimed seasons, and then it was cancelled. It was in the period where HBO was just putting out too many big budget shows and they couldn't finance all of them after a while. So Deadwood did never get a proper conclusion to its story. It ended on a relatively open final episode in season 3, and then everyone was thinking, well, what's next? Are we ever going to do a movie? And for many years it seemed like no, it wasn't going to come out. But now, finally, we have Deadwood, the movie. And I actually hadn't watched Deadwood. I always wanted to, always, because I'm a fan of westerns and everything. And I was thinking, you know what? If a movie actually comes out, I might watch the entire show. They announced the movie and they said, well, let's binge the entire 3 seasons. I did, and it was absolutely phenomenal. I loved the TV show. The first season is... it's good, it's really good, but in the second season it completely comes into its own, and I fell truly in love with it. And now with the Deadwood movie, we jump 10 years into the future compared to the last episode of season 3. And now the city of Deadwood is finally being annexed to the state of South Dakota. And who is the senator? The senator is George Hearst. Yes, that freaking character, pretty much the only true villain that the show ever had. And it is a fascinating show. If I had to compare it to something, I would compare it, in some ways of course, to The Return, to Twin Peaks The Return. Because The Return gave us a lot of fitting conclusions to a lot of characters, while also keeping things open. And with Deadwood the movie, we get, easily, a perfect conclusion to the show. This is a truly poignant, very emotional, very consistent movie, because going from the 3rd season to this movie, it feels completely the same in all the best ways possible. Even though times have changed. You get some of your favorite characters back, you get Seth Bullock, you get Al Swearingen, you get the rest of the gang back, except of course Cy Oliver, because Powers Booth sadly passed away a couple of years ago. And it feels great. It feels great to be back in the city of Deadwood, even though times are changing. And what once seemed like a great innovation now is already outdated. You remember the telegram poles that were being set up? Now we're getting telephone poles. Telegrams are already outdated. They're already obsolete. And this is a theme that is present in a lot of westerns from the beginning of time, basically. The taming of the Wild West, the coming civilization in the frontier. And the way the characters are presented, you do feel that 10 years have gone by. You do feel that some of them have changed in some way, some of them haven't. And it's props to the cast. Everyone in the cast does a fantastic job, because there isn't a single character that feels different from what they were before. Everything is completely consistent, and that is also thanks to the writing by Milch. And David Milch, I absolutely adore the writing in the show. It is almost this poetic use of profanities that works in an incredibly effective way. And this movie especially, this movie could be considered some sort of a dream made just for fanboys. It gives you exactly what you want, it knows what you want, but it doesn't feel pandering at all. It feels completely fitting. And also when you spent 12 years, 13 years hoping for a TV show to get a conclusion, you want something that's damn satisfying. You don't want the first cash grabby, completely thrown out there, almost improvised shit. You want something that is solid, and this is as solid as it comes. It is very satisfying. I cried a lot at the end, it got really emotional. I loved seeing every single character back. The performances, as I said, Ian McShane especially is magnificent as Al Swearingen. The use of the music and the cinematography, there is a lot of low lighting in this that gives it that more poignant look that I was talking about. It makes it feel very appropriate for the type of story that they're telling, the end of an era, in more ways than one. And I cannot stress this enough, it was an absolute blast, a true blast of a movie. And yeah, if you haven't seen the show, first of all, I highly recommend you do, and then go watch the movie right away, because it is everything you could hope for. It is almost a 2-hour episode, but they know how to wrap shit up, and they wrap it up in a wonderful little package that is probably one of my favorite films of the year, because when you give me strong emotions, I will give you strong ratings. But still, guys, have you actually watched Deadwood the movie, and what do you think about the TV show? Let me know in the comments below. Thank you guys for watching, to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.